look at the back of the house now. I don't know if you remember what this used to look like, but our architect described it as a collection of carbuncles, a bunch of additions that had been added to this house over the last century. Well, those were all taken off and we got this. Down on the first floor, this is a big, wide open family room. And that was made possible in part by a bunch of steel that was flown in. And now a wall of glass looking out onto the backyard. And then up on the second floor, we have got matching bay windows. Those are part of the primary suite. Now those were all built traditionally, stick frame by Matt and his crew, including their roof lines. But as you go to the front of this house, that roof line was changed with the use of trusses. Those were flown in, laid all out, and it actually raised the ceiling height of the third floor, which is nice, but also steepened the pitch of the gambrel roof, giving this house a completely new look. Now down here, we're going to have a driveway, so there's going to be a little entrance here onto Evan and Whitney's unit, so you can get into that family room, but then there's going to be a second entrance right here, and this goes into a mudroom, which will allow you to get into Evan and Whitney's unit, but also into Susan's, which is the second unit this house has. Driveway here, you can see Matt and his guys have prepped for the new siding with the rain screen, because the new claps are going to weave into the old claps on this house. We're trying to save as much of the original fabric as we can, and when we can't, it's an opportunity to upgrade, which is what we're doing with the electrical service. Now keep in mind, we've got two units here, and both are getting new heating systems, and they're both getting air conditioning for the first time, plus new appliances, so a lot more electricity going to be drawn into this house, and so it's time for that upgrade. Stephen, good to see you again.
G'day Kevin, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. So you've done a load calculation.
Correct. We did a load calculation and we found out that with the new appliances and the new HVAC systems that it has increased the load to just over 200 amps, which means we now have to go to the next size service. So going from 200, we're now going to a 400 amp service.
Gotcha. Okay. So walk us through how the whole system works. I mean, obviously overhead wires are from the utility, right?
Correct. This is a utility line. We call it a triplex. Comes to this insulator up there, which is called a point of attachment. From that point of attachment downstream is the consumer's responsibility. Okay. So that is what we're upgrading to 400 amp.
And what was here?
So it was existing 200 amp, and you can see the utility line came in, goes into this cable here, which went downstairs to the meters and panels.
Gotcha.
If you want to take a look at this wire over here, so this was the 200 amp wire that was coming in.
On the side of the house. And what does the utility wire look like in comparison to that? Have you got that right here?
This is the triplex that comes over to the point of attachment.
So very similar, 3 aluminum conductors, but look at that. The utility wire is even smaller than the one that was on the house.
Correct.
Okay,
correct.
And then you're upgrading to what? Because that's a much bigger looking wire right there.
Correct. So what we're going to come down to the meter can with is this wire. This is 500.
Whoa, look at that right there. So that's our new 400 amp service.
400 amp service. Correct.
Copper and much bigger as well.
Yes.
Okay, so you said on the house is your responsibility. When does the utility upgrade their overhead wire?
That's on the utility company to decide whether they want to upgrade that triplex. In the 30 years that I've been working, I haven't really seen them upgrade it that often, unless it's damaged.
Wait a second, you're telling me that, if I got these right, that we have to use this, but they can still use this? How's that possible?
Well, there's a couple of reasons. One is they have their own set of codes, which they follow their own standards. And also, it's outside, so it has air movement around it that keeps it cool, and it doesn't run through any structure. And it's nice and high, so people aren't going to get in contact with it.
Okay. I feel better about it now. And so then we've got 2 new meters, one for each unit, right?
Correct. Then we'll be running our 200 amp cable from the meter down to each panel.
Right, 2 service panels because we've got 2 units in here.
Correct.
Service panels
Correct.
right here.
As we did, we changed a lot of the wiring in the house. Remember, we had that BX cable from before to the new NM cable, and installing new circuit breakers, including new arc fault protection.
Level of protection that's pretty common nowadays with the electrical code.
It's by code, it's required on a lot of branch circuits that we need to put arc fault protections on certain circuits.
All those breakers right there, okay.
And then the next thing that we're installing as well is surge protection.
Oh yeah, right.
So whenever we have something maybe like a lightning strike or some the grid's changing switches and it sends a large voltage down the line, that voltage could damage appliances or equipment inside the house. So what we do is we install a surge protection, one at each panel, so it protects the entire installation. And what this does is sees the voltage as it starts to creep up, and then it starts to conduct and disperse that voltage down to ground, therefore protecting the building or your equipment.
And protecting every single one of the circuits right there.
Correct.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Okay. Well, you're off to the races. I'll let you get back to it and get out of your way. Thank you.
Thanks, Kevin. See you, mate.
Thanks for watching. This Old House has got a video for just about every home improvement project, so be sure to check out the others. And if you like what you see, click on the subscribe button to make sure that you get our newest videos right in your feed.